Brothers, Harrison and Connor.
Brother, historian, and Connor.
Hello.
When you asked me if I wanted to spend my Saturday watching the wonderful 1934 masterpiece, The Count of Monte Cristo, boy did I jump at the chance. I couldn't be more excited, gents.
Historian, I think there's been a slight hiccup in communications. We're not watching the man himself. We're watching the exploits of his son.
His son?
Yes, the son of Monte Cristo.
I'd rather watch Son of Flubber. In the grand tradition of sequels that literally nobody asked for, in The Son of Monte Cristo, which is not to be confused with Son of Kong, Son of the Mask, etc., the heroic son of Edmond Dantes dons a mask to fight tyranny in the fictional European country of Lichtenberg, because apparently you didn't want to give Luxembourg or Liechtenstein even a fictional dictator in the early 1940s for some reason.
I wonder why that is.
Does he have a certain style of mustache that will never come back into play? Or does he have a Kaiser bar mustache?
I'm happy with either, frankly. The Son of Monte Cristo challenges the ruthless dictator and squeezes a little more box office juice out of the extended Monte Cristo universe, otherwise known, of course, as the MCU. Gentlemen, The Son of Monte Cristo. This time, Monte Cristo even harder. This time, it's personal. What do we know about this movie, gentlemen?
When I watched this movie the first time, I was 15 years old, and I found it really, really entertaining. It's currently, the villain of the piece is being played by George Sanders, who most of our viewers will probably recognize as the voice of Shere Khan in Disney's The Jungle Book. So Shere Khan is in this movie.
I've been lied to. I was told we were doing another film.
Oh,
I
yes.
was really excited for. I thought we were doing Alexander Nevsky.
Who are you?
Oh, I am the great and powerful
John C.
That'll be for next time, Connor.
I've only watched like the more recent version of The Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh, yes, with a very young Superman.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about the 2002 one that stars Jesus. Who is that guy?
That's the same one.
Oh, it is?
That's the same one. Yeah, Jim, I want to say Jim Caviezel, but I feel like that's wrong.
No, I think that's actually right. He played Jesus and then vanished. That was a good movie. I don't remember a single thing about the story.
The Jesus movie or the Count of Monte Cristo?
I do remember the Jesus story.
The only thing I know about the Count, I think it was the one with like Napoleon in it, and it was like said like right before the Battle of Water, before the 100 Days, and he gets accused as a Bonapartist. That one.
This one was directed by Roland Lee, as was the original one. The original one was a big fat success, so they said, "Dang it, Alexander Dumas didn't write a sequel. That's okay. We'll figure it out. We'll make Casablanca 2. We'll write the Iliad Part 2.
We're going to write the novel that Tolkien never wrote."
It's good to end with a happy ending instead of dragging it out. But then again, everyone wants more money from a film.
And
indeed,
this is evidently only the second of a trilogy. They also made The Return of Monte Cristo. So we're digging into all the sequels. What is that one? God only knows. Probably space. That's usually where they take the really bad sequels to.
Like the Fast and Furious movie.
One of those like based on like Amityville horror into space.
Yes.
It's really bad. It looks like a indie film, like a really bad indie film.
I'm afraid I do have some bad news in the film. Very, very historically inaccurate. Apparently there's a wedding invitation that says the wedding is happening on Wednesday, May 25th, 1865. May 25th, 1865, gentlemen, was a Thursday. Freaking idiots.
So at the POV, the point of view of Rose, as she's looking up deliriously to the sky, there's only one sky she should have seen, and it was the wrong sky. Not only that, the left side of the sky was a mirror reflection of the right side of the sky.
Did you call James
So it was
Cameron?
lazy. And then he said, last I checked, Titanic has earned more than $1 billion worldwide. Imagine how much more it would have earned if I'd gotten the sky correct.
It's a fictional country that doesn't exist. That if we've read the title cards, the entry like title credits card like thing, that it says it happens in the Balkans, in which no, the Balkans aren't a peaceful place. They're very bloody and very brutal. And there's not a thing, and it's not worth anyone's the good bones of any good grenadier, as Bismarck put it.
The reason Connor is saying this is because he is the Prussian fanboy #1, and something that happened in the Balkans led to the downfall of the Imperial German Empire. He's still rather salty about that.
World War I, Franz Ferdinand, Sarajevo, 1914. Franz Ferdinand was murdered by a bunch of terrorists.
1865. Connor, would the Bonapartes have retaken France by this point?
Well, yeah, Napoleon III would be in power in France. This is the height of Bismarck in Germany. Well, not yet. Bismarck has yet to defeat the Austrians in the next year.
Okay. So she's fleeing to Paris.
Why was there not a Napoleon II?
Because Napoleon II died in... Go ahead, Connor.
Napoleon II was actually Napoleon's son, but with Marie Louise, his second wife. But he died very young from, I don't know what it was, but he very much seemed like Napoleon, but Habsburgs made certain that he did not become another Napoleon, and he died in the 30s or so.
He died of illness, essentially.
Yeah.
And Napoleon III, he was Napoleon I's nephew? I don't trust this butler. And here we have, once again, California.
Yes.
I swear, I've seen that road in every oldie movie.
Swear to God, it was a wreck just last week.
It's right, last week, it's Lichtenberg today, and next week, who knows? Do I hear England?
Never in England.
There's some potential there for a really funny sight gag. Like, I don't know if Mel Brooks ever tried it, but like he'd be the one to do it, where it's just like, it's so clearly California, and he's just like, oh, it's the plains of Mongolia or whatever, you know?
Hey, look, there's a new Spaceballs movie coming out next year, and if he doesn't do that, I'll be very disappointed in him.
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to that. Oh, hang on, those can't be hussars, those are lancers. They got lances. Holy crap, those wild boar had some tusks on them. Did you see those?
$1,000 Kronen? What are we in, Sweden?
So their money is Swedish. Their cavalry is German, and their spoken language is British English.
We'll just really confuse it so nobody can be
I
offended.
think Italian uniforms.
What?
Army uniforms?
Italian army uniforms. Well, they are right next to if they are in the Balkans, they're right next to Italy, so I guess that would make sense.
Maybe,
Why are they hiding in the...
Maybe Luxembourg would have sued them or something. Are they famous for attorneys? No, bankers they're famous for, right?
You know, there's one thing about cemeteries. People are just dying to get in.
Oh, why would you ever work for a guy who regularly executes his subordinates?
That's the North Koreans. Did you hear about that? How they?
It's the Darth Vader suit thing or something. Like they just all like to shoot their subordinates, execution, basically to make the rest of them fear them. Go by fear.
I mean, it works.
Like the worst hallmarks of all villains.
But from the guy's perspective, he's like, well, the Empire has a really great dental plan. You know, I'll get killed for the smallest possible mistake, but
as I said, like the North Koreans do it on the regular. So, I mean, did you hear about how they just launched their newest warship and it sank while it was being launched, and Kim Jong-un was in the audience watching?
Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh yes. Yeah, so everyone who was involved in that project is now almost certainly dead,
I'm sure.
including several Russians who were helping to design the ship. And they just announced, and the North Koreans just announced that they are going to build an even larger one.
Yes,
I don't think they learned a lesson. They haven't learned their lesson yet.
the problem is it was too small.
I'd go out to meet her.
She is looking dead-eyed into the camera right now.
What, a ruffian?
A ruffian and a masquerader who's unselfish.
Buddy, just tell her that you're on her side. Don't have to play such a fop. I mean, she ain't gonna tell the general.
I think he can't turn it off.
Daring in sport, perhaps. Master of money.
I was speaking of love.
Oh, there we go.
That's to remind you I'm not Donna Faffendal.
Oh, your Royal Highness. Good afternoon.
I think he enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Message not received.
Let's well, they didn't have any planes to drop leaflets, so they'll just use kites.
What is the release mechanism? Just the wind? You get
A
them up there
string.
and let the... Oh, there you go.
Well, they pulled it.
Oh, I see. Not even Gurko Lanin.
And we were
can
talking
extinguish-
street today. Lichtenberg tomorrow.
Wait, but didn't the count say the 25 million was like his collateral was Lichtenberg itself? Like he wants to own Lichtenberg too? How is he any better?
Insulting, isn't it? Must be a nasty sort, this,
I don't think he's gonna collect on that loan.
Okay. Probably right.
Oh, why don't... What a silly crackpot, with no more brains than I have. The French ambassador.
Oh, that reminds me of a story coming out of Afghanistan, 2010. So the Americans, they were offering reward for the capture of this one Taliban guy,
They simply horrid.
and the bastard came up to the base holding the reward poster saying, "I'd like to turn myself in." True story. He didn't get it, obviously. He was actually he actually I'm not sure if this is real or I'm misremembering, but I think he tried to sue the U.S. government. Like, hey, I turned myself in. I want my $50,000.
Inform you that my government recognizes... Desire your happiness above anything else in the world.
So you prove it by keeping
Nope.
me a prisoner.
He desires
Away from
power.
my friends, my people.
I think he desires something else that only she can provide.
Oh yes, that too.
Loved to his ambitions.
But isn't that one of the things that Freud says drives
Could you marry a woman who
all
lied?
people?
I thought Freud was discounted as a bit of a quack in recent years.
Oh, he is, but it's still funny. And
It is.
My object in coming here...
Is he a quack or has he been edited and built upon? Like he hasn't been discounted altogether, right?
But if I don't,
No, I don't think so.
Royal Highness deserves
Most people discount him, but
that I should be most unhappy to adopt another method of obtaining your consent.
I would say it's proven, but some people still see it as reasonable.
Look at us. We're here talking Sigmund Freud whilst General Gecko, or whatever his name is attempting to force the Duchess of Lichtenberg to marry him.
General Glup Shido.
How old is the general technically?
Matilda.
Hmm?
How much older is he than the Duchess?
I don't think it matters.
Probably twice her age, which I'm sure he's fine with.
We'll need help.
It's hard to judge people's ages back in these old movies. I mean,
Also true.
Get him.
You're going to trust the butler who sold out your...
well, they don't know he sold them out.
Never doubted your loyalty.
Oh, no, Highness.
I want you to help me. You must help me.
Anything, Highness.
I'm trusting you with the whole of Lichtenberg.
Oh no.
Torch.
Somehow you must get a peasant costume for Countess von Braun and myself. I know what a risk you take, but I promise you the reward will also be great. Will you do this for me?
Oh dear.
Yes, Highness, gladly.
Go then, hurry.
This is
Don't worry.
This is Alfred Hitchcock's Bomb Under the Table that the audience knows about, but the characters don't.
Mm-hmm. 25,000
Well.
kronen.
Last day as a butler is what he's thinking.
Some small service to Your Excellency.
You've done well, Stud.
I also flatter myself I am fitted for much larger opportunities.
A man's advancement rests upon his ability.
Exactly. I'm about to prove my ability by accomplishing something even Your Excellency has found impossible. The capture of the torch.
What do you mean? Do you know who he is?
No. But I know where he'll be at 10 o'clock tonight.
Well, come on, out with it.
Did I mention, Excellency, that I'm an ambitious man? And I'm sure Your Excellency will agree that a man who makes possible the torch's capture has demonstrated...
I think a scene that was missing was like a little supercut montage of like the Torch's activities of him like messing up the general's plans or whatever. Like we just kind of jumped from the creation of the Torch to, oh, he's this like crazy outlaw now.
The secret police.
So Butler Boy wants to be the chief of the Gestapo, basically.
Who knows what he wants?
Stasi. And NKVD.
NKVD.
Should be chief of the
The secret police.
And now?
Cheka.
Torch has a rendezvous with Her Royal Highness at 10 tonight.
What?
She has planned her escape.
You don't know what the Cheka is, Harrison?
Austin Gate near the service.
Forget my ignorance, no.
The torch. But
They were the original Soviet secret police force. They're the ones who carried out the
my-
Red
I
Terror.
also have a Royal Highness.
Okay. My knowledge of Soviet Soviet lore is kind of lacking. All I know is all the stuff they ever made was shit, and it was just as deadly to the user as it was to the intended target.
Cover every inch of the palace grounds with troops and keep them concealed until the torch walks into the trap. Yes, Excellency.
How effective can secret police be if everyone knows that there are secret police out there?
There's only a signature. Over it, write an order for the death of one.
Because the secret
Conrad
police
Stein.
have their informants. They have everything. They have
If you
certain
betray Her Royal Highness,
secrecy, but they're also part of the intelligence services or the
until after we've caught the
secret
torch.
service of some kind.
I guess so. I mean, Canada has its own, but they must be very effective because I have no
I
idea.
think Ben.
You know that we have an organization called Cecil, and that's about all we know about it.
What? And like their identities are top secret? Like you could walk by a guy who's in it and you wouldn't know.
Essentially, yeah, I guess so. I guess
That's
it'd be
crazy.
like they're what the CIA should have been. What are they wearing? I just realized what they're wearing.
As a-
Little Heidi.
Wearing
What they think is peasant dress.
Like a rich person's
look-
idea of how a poor person dresses.
everyone knows.
Everything's arranged, Your Highness.
I mean, what are you supposed to be? Like a little Dutch milkmaid?
Yeah.
Stand where you are.
I mean, it's already. I mean, at this part, Connor, correct me if I'm wrong, but at this time in history, the Balkans was kind of rife with revolutions and rebellions, right?
Mostly. This was the 1860s.
Yep.
And right before Russia went into the Balkans as liberators to liberate much of the Balkan peoples, especially the Bulgarians. And were welcomed into Armenia as liberators as well. Yeah.
This must
because
be.
the Ottomans were butchering people in the Balkans. And
That
which
is
Britain and
true.
France basically could not intervene because if they did,
It would have been total war with the Ottoman Empire. This must be Western Balkans then.
no. And which the Austrians also took Bosnia. But
Yeah,
as
I
part
know.
of their empire.
I know. I'm just saying. Lichtenberg must be the extreme west of the Balkans.
Your Excellency.
What are you saying? In this alternate history, Lichtenberg opened the doors to Russia opened the doors of the Balkan to the Russians?
Russians were actually welcome because much of the Balkans were Orthodox. And many
Indeed.
of the Greek Orthodox were Russians.
Historic agreement.
You have to remember, the Orthodoxy had moved from Constantinople to St. Petersburg and Moscow.
To be exact.
Oh, I think it covers the points of our...
Yes, Connor. But at the time of this, the movie was being made, the Soviets and the Russians were still buddy with the Germans, so they were bad guys by association. Operation Barbarossa
Not
changed all
really.
that, though. Yeah, the Molotov
It was
Ribbentrop
certain
Pact.
lines- It was a treaty of convenience, Harrison. You have to
Well, the
understand that
Russians did
also
also-
the French had attempted to negotiate with the Soviets, but they were too slow.
Now you can understand.
It's actually true. They took the slowest ship they could find to Russia to
King goes over
negotiate.
first. It's incredible, really. I'll do. What am I looking for? Open that safe.
I refuse.
Open it.
Very well. But I warn you, only under protest.
I won't like it. Okay, just do it.
I don't.
Sorry,
You don't have to like it.
Yeah.
You don't have to like it.
Nobody asked your feelings about the matter, sir.
King of Lichtenberg, nobody's stock will be worth much.
Here they are! Monte Cristo!
That's fine. You all look marvelous.
Thanks.
Where's Hans?
He's not here yet.
What?
No.
Hans, I'm waiting for you.
I did it.
But the press will never be the same. I knew you'd do it. Now listen, everyone. Remember to look and act as though you really had been invited. Be on your dignity as befits the occasion. Once you're inside the palace, mingle with the guests. But take up positions where you can watch every door and every window and every soldier in the ballroom. Then wait for me.
We might get into the palace, but how will the Baron, you and Donner get in?
You're marked men. They'll shoot you on sight. I know. We'll have to capture the guards outside the palace.
What, the three of you?
But all agreed the wedding must be stopped, aren't we? Yes!
Yes.
Well, then, let's stop it. Here comes.
Give me a gun. Give me a gun. Give me a gun.
This is one of those stealth is mandatory missions that you and I hate so much, historian.
I'm extremely sorry, my dear Baron.
Terrible.
I don't wish to offend the Count Bombrowski, but my instructions are to admit no one without an invitation.
Somebody shoot the general right now.
Right.
It's my extreme pleasure to inform you that your guards are prisoners, and you're taking orders from me. And the palace is completely surrounded.
A little white lie. I don't think they have any troops outside the palace.
The name of the people of Lichtenberg for the crime of high treason against the state, the penalty for which is death.
He is very persuasive. Been setting that up. Whoa.
Oh, man down.
Lock every door to this room. Anyone in the
Well, Zimmerman's dead. Oh, shoot.
survivor to the throne of Lichtenberg?
Proceed
There
with the
sh-
ceremony. In another moment, Baron von Neuhoff, you can present your charges to your king.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to recognize that.
No.
Surely you
No.
haven't forgotten the words. Repeat after me. I, Gurko, pledge my life and my love to Zona. Pledge my life and my love to Zona.
You know what? I honestly think he believes that.
Cherish her.
It's not love you're feeling towards her, buddy. It's something else.
To hold and to cherish her
Yeah.
until death us do part. Repeat after me. I, Zona,
I, Zona,
pledge my
Adam, if you're
life
going to faint, do it now. Just drop straight
Yeah,
down.
Just fake it.
pledge my life and my love to Gurko.
to hold and to cherish him until death us do part.
Wouldn't he be Prince Consort?
And to cherish him.
I don't know, maybe laws of Lichtenberg.
Your right hand. Your right hand, Zona. With this ring, I do thee wed. With this ring, I do thee wed.
Run him through already.
I know. What are you waiting for?
This is my privilege.
Goodness.
What? I feel your fall will be as spectacular as your rise.
Let's see. Oh.
Holy sh!
Yes.
Oh, crap.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was as spectacular as his rise.
He
I
called
give
it.
that fall a 9. I give that fall a 9 out of 10. Don't worry, it's impossible to get a perfect 10 score.
This is really the happiest day of my life.
The Count of Monte Cristo!
What a turn of
Why do I get the
events.
feeling? Why do I get the feeling that the Count of Monte Cristo is about to become the King of Liechtenstein, Lichtenberg? And they all lived happily ever after the French invaded.
That's
Or
in
the Russians.
That's in the Return of Monte Cristo.
So many German names.
Well, you have to remember, most royals were Germans.
Yeah, but I'm
You have to
talking.
remember-
Yeah, I know, but let's see. Innkeeper. Well, they didn't put Innkeeper Hercules?
What? They don't name him in the credits?
Boo!
My
Anyway,
boy,
that's
my boy Lionel Belmore, they did him dirty. Fellas, what did you think of the Cristo of Sun Monty?
Well, that ending, that spectacular fall, again, 9 out of 10.
Oh yeah, like I was predicting that.
You were predicting that he was going to go through a skylight in the middle of a room.
I said that we all agreed pride cometh before the fall, and
Yeah, metaphorical fall. We didn't think he was going to literally fall through a skylight onto what was that, a desk?
Onto a chandelier, and yeah, that was like one of the best falls. Not Emperor Palpatine just falling to his death in down a reactor shaft being thrown down by his number 2.
I'm just imagining that screenwriter going, he's falling from power, and he's literally gonna fall. I'm a fucking genius.
Yeah.
We probably all thought that.
Also, the script.
Who hasn't thought that they were a genius?
That's true. That's true.
But that script writer's going, oh, I am good. He has to say, oh, your fall must be as spectacular as your rise. Cinematographer, make it so.
Yeah, let's really underscore this. Absolutely.
I would have paid money to see reactions of people in theaters when they see when they saw that happen for the first time in 1940.
I have a question for the palace architect. Why is there a skylight in the throne room right beneath a balcony that hovers over a chandelier?
That's a very good question, Connor.
It doesn't make any sense.
Hey, it doesn't. It's a swashbuckling movie. It doesn't have to make perfect sense when the villain gets his comeuppance such a spectacular fashion. I mean, we can suspend our disbelief for that. But I mean, again, 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 for spectacular falls. I wonder what killed him first: the sword, the getting ripped to pieces by the glass in the window, getting impaled by the chandelier, or the desk that he landed his face first on.
The sudden stop. Yeah, good question.
Maybe a combination of all those things.
The coroner, the Lichtenberg coroner, is going to take one look at him and go, cause of death? Take your pick. I got 4 of them.
I don't know why that skylight was there. That's a good question. That's just like a mistake in the blueprint. And they're just looking at it like, this can't be right. And they just, well.
Here's my theory. The count and the general were sword fighting, and they somehow found their way up onto the roof, and the Count of Monte Cristo pushed him through the roof. Pushed him off the roof into the skylight, into the desk. Oh. But then they thought, no, and they filmed the miniature. But then they thought, oh no, we can't do that. The roof set is being used today by some other company. We must do it here. But sir, why is there a skylight in the middle of the throne room? Don't ask too many questions. Nobody thinks about this.
We're making 150 movies a week. Of course, the set's busy. I thought it was really good. Would it surprise you, gentlemen, to hear that this was very critically panned upon its release? People, the critics hated it. I don't know if it was a success, but
critics aren't always right.
That's a fact, and I think in the context that it came out, it's just there was 100 swashbuckling movies a week probably. So like they just it's just another one. It's another one of these where us watching it with fresh eyes, like that was fun.
Whereas nowadays, the last swashbuckling movie that I can think of that came out were the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and those really went downhill after the first one.
Yeah, and I mean they were all successful.
They made a lot of money off them. Mm-hmm. The House of Mouse made a lot of money on it.
Can you imagine, like, if we were to bring back, historian, didn't you say in the last video you wanted to bring back capes or something, right?
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Capes are phenomenal. I
want to bring back the fashion of gentlemen walking around wearing a sword.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I don't think you'll ever get that same Harrison.
Like, what? You have insulted my honest? Go on, defend yourself. I guarantee you, there'll be far less offended people out there because we can't talk smack because there's a good chance we'll get shanked.
Yeah, I'm completely all for
remember,
it.
Harrison, almost all countries have laws against dueling. So you can't just go take your opponent out. You have to do it in a non-violent manner.
Shut up, swords are cool, Connor. Shut up, swords are cool, man.
Counterpoint, they are pretty freaking cool.
I agree, but there are laws in place that prevent
far
us
more
from
civilized than just getting a gun and popping one cap in his ass.
A dual Harrison with an actual sword or a pistol.
No. We're gonna bring back sword dueling.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, what happens when you kill someone with a sword dueling, which does happen?
It was a duel of honor.
Yeah, so, then again, you have to remember what happened with Bismarck. Bismarck actually died from a dueling wound. Because the only time he ever lost was when his opponent's rapier broke and got him in the foot.
That's kind of the point of the duel, Connor. Like, hey, you've insulted my honor, and I demand satisfaction, whether that be just a scratch across your face or your life. I will decide which. Now, draw and defend yourself. Who fought 2 duels a month? Bismarck?
Bismarck.
Of course
Bismarck
he would.
was like a duel a month while he was a college student.
How many people did he kill, and how many did he give the good old the stereotypical German dueling scar to?
I don't even know.
Did he keep
Then
stats?
again, one of his, like a socialist that he was actually a good friend with, Frederick Lasalle, actually died in a duel around the time this film took place.
What was the duel over? Was it honor, women, or?
It was over a woman. I believe that's what it was.
Checks
I am
out.
not 100%.
Ladies, let us bring back dueling. You will know for a fact that we care about you because we will literally fight a duel over you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, I hope you enjoyed our very first episode of Swashbuckling Saturday. This was a very fun movie to watch. That ending, again, top notch. I give it 9 out of 10. And until next time, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Links down to my channel and Historian's main channel down in the description down below. And remember, gentlemen, if your honor is insulted, draw and defend yourself.
Don't steal and fight for your honor.
Indeed.
Be good, y'all. Peace out.